The consciousness is something I have. It's something I experience that informs my personhood, but it is not in and of itself personhood. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I think that's yeah, I think that's right. I think
consciousness is a property.
Yeah.
Consciousness is a property or a power. Yeah, there is something about me that makes me me, that is not a thing in the sense that we normally think of things. So this is why theologians like Robert Spaman, I think his book is insightful. It's called Persons. Philosophers and Robert Spaman don't typically talk to each other, but I think his book has something insightful to say. He says that there is something different about you that makes you a someone that something just doesn't quite capture. It never will. And I think that's right. So I'm not sure if you and your consciousness, which is so at one level so basic to you. I mean, Descartes seems to think this as well, something like this, but it's not you, but it's close to you, is not something that can be commodified and controlled in the way that anything else or in ordinary object can be controlled, so that you could just pick it up and transfer it. Now, I mean, there's a trivial sense in which obviously that's true. I mean, if consciousness is something that is a kind of commodifiable thing that we can somehow grasp, then of course it's going to be more complicated to figure out how to transport consciousness. That's trivia. But I think what we're getting at is like, no, there's something deeper about it, that it can't be controlled in the same way that like God can't be controlled. Not in the same way, I should say, not in the same way, but in a similar way, maybe in a similar way that God cannot be controlled and commodified and transported by some sort of scientific mechanism or something like that. It's just something, yeah, I don't know. It's something deeper than that we're kind of trying to scratch at right now. It's something deeper. It's, you are a somebody. No, you're not. You're a someone. You're a someone rather than a something, right? You're a someone, right?
Yes, you're a some person.
Yes, that's right. That's right.
All right, maybe we can come back to the would you punish your enemy clone rather than your enemy at a different time. But I feel like we are running up against it right now, going for about an hour and a half. Let's give some closing remarks, and then we can be done. One of the closing remarks I would like to make is, hey, if you found this insightful, like this video, share, subscribe to the channel. Go to soulscienceministries.com. Find all of Dr. Joshua Ryan Farris's books there. FreeThinkingMinistries.com as well. Go to FreeThinkingMinistries.com/donate if you want to be a part of the team, so that we can continue to bring this content to you, and you can actually bring us to you if you go to the Contact Us form and you contact us. We would love to come to you and have these sorts of conversations. Perhaps we would bring Dr. Farris with us to have a conversation on anthropology and consciousness. So reach out there. All right, gentlemen, final closing thoughts on this video and what we've discussed here.
Yeah, I'll go first, so we give Dr. Farris the last word here. I know we didn't talk about the whole cloning thing, but since you mentioned it, I just got to say that justice, it seems to me that most of us would understand that justice requires a continuing self, not just copied information. And so if we were able to get a clone of Hitler, even give that physical body that looks just like him with the same DNA, give him his past memories, punishing that clone would not be punishing the same person who did the Holocaust. And so we would be literally missing the mark right there. But I know we didn't get into that, but I was looking forward to talking about that. So we'll talk about that at some other point. You know, I think this is a fantastic topic to think deeply about. I loved watching this little segment between Alex O'Connor and Vsauce. And really I was
special sauce.
Yeah. I was I was really impressed with Alex O'Connor and the way he and the questions he was asking. And it really seemed, and I can only assume that Vsauce is kind of a naturalist or a physicalist or something along those lines. I don't know for sure, but that's my assumption. But it seems to me that the questions that Alex was asking got him to a place where he was, even if he wasn't aware of what he was doing, he was kind of implying the existence of the soul or substance dualism or something along those lines. And so, yeah, a couple guys that wouldn't claim to be probably substance dualists were using that language. And so I guess the last thing, something I wrote down here as we were talking about how our memories can change, but memories, memories, how do I want to say this? Memory changes, but the owner of the memories doesn't. And if that's the case, I think the best explanation of that truth is the existence of a soul. And so I would highly recommend a book called The Creation of Self by a guy named Joshua Ryan Farris. And
that's a great book. Yeah, actually, you can see it right there.
That's right.
That's the picture. Right. Yeah, you should buy that book. Yes, The Creation of Self. There's no other book quite like it.
I agree. Fantastic book. Probably the only books that might surpass it are the ones that we're co-authoring together.
Oh. Yes.
Well, we've got one that we're co-authoring, one that we're co-editing, and that one's going to be amazing. And it's all related to this kind of stuff, but it
is. We're motivating an argument that has been underappreciated in both academic and popular discourse. Now, yes, that's
Take
right.
It away.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. And my most popular book, popularly written, is coming out this summer, called Why Souls? Why Souls? Isn't that a great title? I think it's a good title. I don't know. Why Souls? But I think, this is a good discussion. This was fun. I really enjoyed listening to Alex O'Connor and whatever that guy's name is, Michael Stevens, Vsauce. You should definitely put that in the title, Vsauce. But I think the theme that kept coming up in our discussions, there were lots of threads here. It was a very thought-provoking engagement between the two of them that were suggestive of some deeper issues that hopefully we brought out here that needed to be brought out regarding something like a soul being true. But I think one of the big themes that kept persisting was awareness is something that comes and goes. Present awareness comes and goes. But the subject of that awareness must persist, it seems. It certainly seems that way commonsensically. It certainly seems that way intuitively, in a way that is deep. But I think maybe when we have good evidence for believing that is the case. Experiences themselves, thoughts about our present awareness requires someone who has them, an enduring someone that is certainly deeper than brain states. And Alex O'Connor and Vsauce certainly moved in that direction and moved beyond sort of parts and brain states to maybe something like a continuity or something else that was deeply mysterious that they never identified. But we would say that this is why the person is best understood as a soul, as the undergirding thing that makes sense of it.
Hey, don't click out yet. Seriously, if you like this little snippet, you're gonna love the full episode. It's linked right there in the description. Go watch it when you're done here, or tap on one of these video recommendations for more stuff like this. If you're enjoying the content, a like and subscribe would mean the world, and it doesn't cost you anything. It helps us out a ton. Drop a comment too. Tell us what you thought. Thanks for hanging out. We'll catch you in the full vid.